Hello everyone, welcome to your daily card reading for March 12th, 2015. Here this lighting is kind of not the greatest, but I think I really like this spot now that I figured this one out, because I'm in the shade and I guess we have a little bit of sun here, but hopefully it's not too distracting. You can see my shadow here. But okay, so again, I'm going to draw one tree magic card to ground the reading, and two chicken cards to start. If I need to draw another one, I will. Maybe I can kind of block the sun a little bit more there. Like that. Okay. Confidence, the mahogany tree, and it says, a test of fortitude brings a heart fortified within itself. Light shed on darkness uncovers intrigue and mystery. And then it's number 42, which has to do with kind of relating to the world around you, and in the best way possible. It's just kind of like seeing what is around you and relating to it, but being very, very stable in your relationships. So, and then we have a little blue butterfly, and I think it was two days ago we had the butterfly. Yesterday we had the reading on the 5th chakra, which is a blue color. That chakra is blue, and so now it's kind of like we have a blue butterfly to have a transformation here again with but this time more with ourselves. I think the one 2 days ago was kind of with our relationships, was, you know, there was a transformation, but this time we have a personal transformation with our confidence. And this was the card that we got 2 days ago that was the kind of signifying the transformation 2 days ago. The Jack of Hearts, the Jack of Emotions, the Jack of Cups, and really kind of getting your full cup and having love return. And this was the card associated with the butterfly 2 days ago, and so now again we have this card. But our transformation this time, I want to say, really has to do with ourselves, with our sense of confidence. Then we have Kasha Noche, and I will draw one more card. And these two are similar chickens here. Okay, and then we have Mandarina, which has to do with verbal communication. Let's see, maybe see you can see that all right. Okay, so yeah, the Jack of Hearts has to do with love returning to us. Some relationship we've had in the past, or maybe just kind of a feeling that we have in our lives with our relations that is, you know, kind of lights us up, makes us feel good, is returning to us. And then you know, it doesn't have to be any specific type of love. It could be, you know, children returning. It could be a lover. It could be parent love that returns. It could be our own self-love that returns. Something returns, though, where we feel restored in our sense of happiness and sense of relations with ourselves and our lives and the world around us, and the kind of the experiences we have with others gets restored to a place where we feel really fulfilled and satisfied with our lives. And then we have on this side Akasha Noche, and these two looked very similar, except Melba. This was Melba, and she was a smaller one, but they basically looked identical, except one was smaller and one was bigger, and they had different spots on the back of their head with the little white dots. But Akasha Noche has to do with really kind of contemplating your place in the world. It can be kind of daydreaming at night, where it's not an active daydream. It's almost like a receptive dream, where you kind of tap into the Akashic records. This is Akasha Noche, which the Akashic records is kind of the memory of humanity, the memory of the collective life, and you know how we fit into the larger scheme of human evolution. The stories that have played out from the beginning of time, and how have we been involved with that in the past, and how are we positioning ourselves within that now? And it can also have to do with night dreams at night. So really kind of paying attention to your dreams at night and receiving information from the world around you. Your dreams at night. I know there's that, a Jungian belief that everything in your dream is like a reflection of you, or it has to do with your own personal subconscious, and I totally disagree. I will write a book on this someday, but absolutely not. It can bring, your dreams can bring thoughts that you kind of have that you're not aware of to your consciousness. It can replay things and frame things for you in a way that that as soon as you look at it, you're like, oh yeah, I do think that way, or I do have that feeling, or I was maybe not paying attention to that, and I need to pay attention to that. But majority of the time, usually, those dreams at night tell you what other people are thinking. The way I understand dreams is, if you have to answer, if you have to speak, if you have to have a dialogue or a conversation, or even if you have to listen to the people of the world and their opinions, whether they're right or wrong, it doesn't matter. This is what other people think, mostly what other people think. So you are prepared for when you maybe say you have to give a speech, and then the people who respond to that speech, that's what your dream world is all about, the people responding to your speech. So it's other people's minds. The dream world is filled with other people's thoughts, other people's minds, and so that you know what's going on. You know what people are saying about you. You know what's going on. So, that's the way probably 90% of my dreams work. It's not a thought that has anything to do with my own thinking. It has to do with enlightening me on what's going on in the world around me. It's talking about what other people are saying, what other people are thinking, what the word on the street is, what the gossip behind your back is. That's what the dream world's all about. And it's not saying that it's not giving you an opinion on it. It's not saying that if you have a nightmare, or if you have I don't know, even a good dream. It's not saying that's going to happen, or it's not saying that that is, that's a reality that is legit, even. But it's saying there's those undercurrents, and that there is something going on there, whether it's playing itself out or not. So, well, hopefully that makes sense. I don't know. I mean, I'd say the dream world at night, it informs you of what is occurring with the ego minds around you. It's informing you of the world, the nature of the world around you, just so that you can have that preparation, or that you can adjust or be prepared for whatever may be coming at you, so that you can orient yourself properly to the world around you. It's just giving you that information. That's all. So it doesn't mean that it's right or wrong. It's just telling you what's happening there. And that's the Akashic records. Akashic records are not necessarily always based in truth. It's based in experience. It's based in collective experience. It's based in what plays out, and then the world's opinions on that as it plays out. So it's just the information, the memory of what has happened, or the record that is being recorded, the record that is needing acknowledgement from what's happening in the world around you. So there's kind of a contemplation in terms of your sense of self in this record. And then the last card I drew here, 6 of Diamonds, has to do with communication, verbal communication, actually talking, or actually contacting and having an exchange in the physical world. So it could be talking to somebody, or writing a letter of some sort, just having a conscious communication that happens in the physical world that makes things happen. And like I said, we can communicate in a tremendous amount of ways with one another, but the strongest way of communication, and the way that really moves us forward in the world and gets things figured out and gets things defined, and actually allows movement in the physical world, and is action. It becomes something tangible and something real in the physical world, is if we do actually physically communicate through our voice, or it could be through writing or something like that. But just some type of conscious communication where the thoughts and the mind is set straight, made clear. So there is some validation or confirmation of a person's position, their conscious position. So it is a harmonious card. So this does have to do with coming from the heart, and really, of course, always basing your communication for the highest good. We communicate to move forward, to progress our life forward, so we want to communicate in the best way possible, and then establish some type of harmony for ourselves and our lives, and for our relations around us. So, looking at these 3 cards together, with the middle focus on confidence here, the transformation in our life path, our personal life path, and really relating to things and as they are, which has to do with, again, Akasha Noche, relating to things as they are, but being stable and having love. People we love, a sense of love returning to us, or a sense of love. If it's not a person and a relationship, a sense of love returning to us. So whatever we feel that we are in lack of or devoid of in our lives returns to us, so that we feel fulfilled and satisfied. But we have this stability in this understanding of the world around us and what is, and then really these messages are a little bit kind of diverse. We have I guess I can see how these two really go together with this love returning to us and the sense of happiness, and then also really kind of our contemplation of life and our role in it and how things go, kind of the grand scheme of things, positioning ourselves in the grand scheme of things and putting things into a objective perspective. But Mandarina is saying that there's some action that needs to be taken in terms of communication with others in the physical world, where we actually speak to someone, and we have to keep our confidence and keep our positivity. I think yesterday we had the oak tree strength with the wisdom in it, and that really has to do with being strong in ourselves and again, having that confidence. But at the same time, this is about being strong for the greater good of things, where we are, aiming high. That was what I was thinking about yesterday's. Said great expectations, so we want to aim high in our life. Have good expectations, and then have the confidence for the good expectations, and ground ourselves here, and have our love return to us, at least in our own personal sense. No matter what, we can have a life of love, just as our divine right of existence, our divine right of being, and then communicate from a place of really feeling confident and feeling grounded, and being able to come from our hearts here, because we have the 6, which is a harmony, a number of harmony and moving in synchronicity or in tandem with the world around us. So anyway, I hope everyone got what they needed out of this today, and I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks a lot.